a friend of mine came and said, there's a devotional today. And I said, what's devotional? I said, all the students, faculty, and everybody gets together and we have speakers and I thought it's a party. Then I went there and President Kimball was talking. I was so, shocked that there is a prophet because, in our culture and belief, the prophet was ended with Muhammad. So I actually went to see the prophet. I didn't understand word by word, but I understood the whole lecture. Even though I wasn't a member, I didn't know anything. I started to learn more. I came to BYU not knowing anything, but BYU taught me not the secular education. I got my spiritual life. I learned who I am. BYU gave me my God.
When we're talking about the periodic table, we're talking about its unique shape and why the periodic table is, why does it look like this? How did it get to have this remarkable shape? I tell him about the story of Mendeleev. He'd play solitaire, and at the time he was working on this notion of, okay, how can these elements be organized according to their atomic weight, their actual size, and also their chemical properties? It's all formed in my head, he complained bitterly, but I can't express it. Exhausted, he rested his shaggy head in his hands. So you get this, this great, imagery of this scientist who is, he's frustrated at the problem. Mendeleev was possessed by the feeling that he was on the brink of a momentous discovery. He had been working for 3 days and 3 nights nonstop on this. He leaned forward, resting his head on his arms amidst the scattered cards on his desktop. Almost immediately, he fell asleep and had a dream. In Mendeleev's own words, I saw in a dream a table where all the elements fell into place as required. Awakening, I immediately wrote it down on a piece of paper. It says it must have been at this point that Mendeleev had his brainwave making the inspired connection between the problem of the elements and his favorite card game, Patience, or they call it Patience, but it's just solitaire. What led to this? We read in the scriptures, in Nephi, in section 138, Joseph F. Smith, they'd studied this out. They'd worked hard. You've got to put forth every last bit of effort in order for this inspiration to come. But when you do, it does come.
I'm working full-time at the Faculty Center, and our job here is to support the faculty in all of their job responsibilities. The church that this university is founded on has a big role in what we do because we're trying to help them to catch the mission of Brigham Young University. If the professor loves the Lord and thinks that the Spirit is important in teaching and seeks after the Spirit and teaches with the Spirit, I don't care what subject it is, I think it can be taught with the Spirit, then the Spirit can be here and it can make a difference in the class.
I have a testimony that my Heavenly Father is aware of what I and all people at Brigham Young University are doing. I have had people come into this office telling me they don't know why they're here, but that they have felt like they needed to come and work on a project that I was involved with. I remember one young lady who had taken a job in Salt Lake, went to work one day, and looked around and said, I'm in the wrong place. I need to go to Provo to see if there's something there that I should be doing. She came to campus, and the first thing she saw was a notice that I had just put up, looking for someone to help as an administrative assistant producing the collected works of Hugh Nibley. This person had previously been a secretary in the anthropology department and had all of the skills that we needed. She worked with us to produce the first 9 of the collected works of Hugh Nibley. Without her, those would not have happened. I believe that she was prompted to come, and that the Lord wanted that work to be done, along with lots of other things that are done here on this campus. He facilitates, He makes those happen.
I don't expect the Spirit to testify to me of things that I haven't paid the price to learn about. I think He comes in a much more powerful way when I have paid that price. I think in terms of the intellectual and the rational effort that I put in to learn the subject is conducive to having the Spirit come. But I also have to pay the price in terms of personal righteousness. In terms of getting on my knees in the morning and saying, Heavenly Father, these are the things that we're going to teach. What I can do because of my intellect is nothing compared to what you can do if thy Spirit testifies. There is a need for the students to come prepared also for the Spirit to touch their lives. So I see teaching as a two-way relationship between the teacher and the student, both coming with a vested interest in seeking the Spirit and being taught.